Flags of other countries while burning the American one.
People that burn the American flag should go to jail for 1 year. That's what they should be doing. 1 year. And we'll see if we can get that done.
The president at Fort Bragg in North Carolina celebrating the Army's 250th anniversary. Now, these protests have spread to other cities, from Seattle to Philadelphia to New York City, where there were dozens of arrests. In Chicago, there were also demonstrations, and a car drove through a crowd. It's unclear if anyone was injured. They're in mourning in Austria, the day after a school shooting.
A silent vigil 24 hours on from the moment of the attack. 10 people were killed when a 21-year-old former student opened fire at a high school in Austria's second largest city.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. That gunman killed himself. Days after the very public feud between President Trump and Elon Musk, who led the administration's DOGE effort to cut federal spending, things keep cooling off. Musk wrote on X a few hours ago he regrets some of his posts last week about the president, saying they went too far. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's been 25 years. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 59 degrees. We're going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. The Indiana Pacers want to bounce back against the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals. Here's John Herring.
Pacer guard Tyrese Halliburton said Tuesday that being ready for the Thunder's defense may be the most challenging part.
And I feel like they mix up coverages. I think Coach Dagnall isn't afraid to just kind of do things on the fly. You know, he doesn't do everything that's like very traditional.
He says he's been watching a lot of film to improve upon the Game 2 loss. Game 3 is tonight at 8:30 Eastern in downtown Indianapolis, with the series tied at 1 game apiece. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's the first NBA Finals in the city of Indianapolis in 25 years. Indianapolis Republican City County Council member Josh Bain wants Indy Mayor Joe Hogset to resign. He says that Hogset didn't have control over his deputy mayor, Thomas Cook, who would go on to be accused of sexually harassing several women.
You look at the report, how the report re-traumatized victims and left them feeling even more unheard.
And that's Bain expressing his anger over the investigation by the firm Fisher Phillips and Cook's behavior, and that audio courtesy of WIBC's Kendall and Casey on Tuesday. More babies in the Hoosier State are making it to their first birthday, says the Indiana Department of Health.
But to keep going in the right direction, Eden Beasy, Assistant Commissioner for Women, Children, and Families, says parents need to know that unsafe sleep is one reason babies don't make it.
So making sure that families who need a safe place for their baby to sleep are provided with pack and plays or other portable cribs to make sure that kids are sleeping alone on their back and in a crib.
She says moms also need to know about other risks like smoking, drinking, and being unhealthy, and the Department of Health is doing its best to make sure people get that info. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices falling across Indianapolis this morning at $2.91 on the average, says Gas Buddy. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
All right, checking out the south side, the I-65 construction zone, and so far so good here this morning. No delays coming up from the south side on northbound 65 from 465 up to the south. Split everything moving as well as it can through that construction zone. Remember, there are lane restrictions in that area, and they will be going on until the end of next year as they add a travel lane to I-65. on the south side. Also, westbound 70 looking good from downtown to the airport. Just have a safe Wednesday morning. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Present for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Hey, Tony. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It should be another really good day today. Lots of sunshine, maybe just a little bit of haze, but nothing too out of the ordinary here. And it will be a warmer day. Humidity should stay low, just summer-like, a high of 84. Mostly clear skies tonight. It's going to be a little bit more mild, but quiet, a low of 65. Thursday, partly cloudy, warmer. Will be dry, but it's going to be a bit more humid, a high of 86. Friday, partly cloudy and muggy. We'll see a round of showers and thunderstorms late, a high of 86. Saturday looks awfully wet with rain and storms on and off through the day, a high of 82. Father's Day, some morning rain, but I do think we'll get some dry time in the afternoon Sunday with a high of 81.
I heard through the grapevine of the vines that are grape that you took that TV money and you will be at Game 3, the Indiana Pacers against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Is this correct?
I am very fortunate, yes. I kind of found out at the last minute, going with some buddies of mine from the neighborhood. I actually got the chance to go in 2000, Tony, to Game 4. That was a loss, so I'm 0-1, so I'm hoping to better the record here for tonight, but I'm super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So you're taking your losing record to cheer on the Indiana Pacers.
That's right.
Now, how close to courtside? How close to courtside will you be?
Way up, way up. But look, I mean, we're in. That's all I care about. So it's going to be. I can't wait to see how electric that atmosphere is going to be. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, but we're way up. But like I said, I'm just happy that we're in the building.
Okay. Well, I want you to enjoy. I want you to be happy, and I want you to remember, TV money always better than radio money.
Now, Randy Ollis, he may be down courtside. That's the TV money right there.
Do you think Randy Ollis would even leave his house?
Good point. That's a good point.
Solid point. By the way, there are still tickets available. If the Pacers want us to help them sell some tickets today, I can get these sold $50 a pop. I can get this done. I can get this done. I've got 4 tickets behind the visitors' bench right now. That I don't even, am I allowed to discuss Ticketmaster pricing? I mean, they're going for some sweet cash. I can get these sold for like $50 to $75 a ticket if the Pacers need any help. I can take care of this. So I just wanted them to know.
That you provide, yeah.
It is a service I provide. So you're way up there, like way up.
Way like 200 level, like I think like halfway up. So
all
way
right.
up there, but it'll be fun.
But with the amount you drink, you won't even notice. You and the guys from the neighborhood.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Got it.
By the way, I'm off tomorrow, so we'll
yeah, we figured that part out ourselves. We didn't need any.
That's right.
We didn't need that. Enjoy. Bring victory. Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. You're a good man. We appreciate you. There he goes. Bringing his bad juju everywhere he is. 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:10. So now we have a Republican calling for Hogset's resignation, and I saw actual reporting yesterday take place in Indianapolis. Reporters actually going and asking Joe Hogset questions, microphone in his face. I was very, very impressed. Very impressive, Max Lewis. Same thing with you, Kyla Russell. Actually asking questions. because Joe Hogset must know that, yes, he can ignore everybody, which he usually does, but he, in every way, was improper with his female staff, and he can't even bring himself to actually admit that it was bad. Like, how dare I? Rather, oh, I see how people could take it the wrong way.
Is it appropriate for a supervisor to engage in nighttime text messages of a personal nature with subordinates?
Well, we live in a 24-hour world, both campaign and, frankly, the business of government. So it is not unusual to perhaps become very familiar in the conversational style of people working together very closely. Again, it's a 24-hour cycle, and so you get to know one another very quickly. So I can understand, though, in retrospect, how my comments, text messages, may have been taken out of context.
Did you step over the line, especially because a lot of this was happening in the run-up to or during the Me Too era?
No, I don't believe I stepped over the line. I think it's fair to say that I had a very good working relationship with Caroline Ellert, who was the Marion County Democratic Party's executive director. I relied on Caroline Ellert's advice, and I think that was appropriate for me to do so.
The thrust of Joe Hogset's argument is, I could see how she made a mistake. Not him, not with his questions about poetry and his weird texts and feisty and all that, as he knew she was dealing with Thomas Carl Cook and all of his sexual advances and weirdness. And was she the one who had the sexual relationship because he was the boss? Whatever the case may be, you already hired Thomas Carl Cook back because you, Joe Hogset, are a creepy guy. And I know you're listening. You can call in, but I've given up the ghost that you ever would. That's why I won't speak to you privately. No. This is all the air. Don't come to me, try and shake my hand when I'm out in public and be like, hey, how are you, buddy? This is not a game. You run a terrible office filled with impropriety. You yourself were improper. Somehow you have a staff that keeps showing up because, my gosh, one has to question whether or not they have any morals or dignity at all. And then, when asked about it by Max Lewis, by the way, nice work, Max, from Fox 59, CBS 4. Your answer is, well, I can understand why she wasn't smart enough to understand what I was saying, why she got it wrong. Once again, it's her fault. Joe Hogset is just 4 seconds away from saying her skirt was too short. Good Lord. There are times people, and just for the sake of clarity, there are times that women have just made it up, flat out lied about being abused, about sexual impropriety, flat out lied. We know this. We're not questioning this. I do not believe all women. But we've got the data here. We've got all of the facts here. Even if that Chicago law firm that did the investigation wanted to cover them up, and that's my take. That law firm, Fisher Phillips, covered it up. Good gosh, what a mess. So much so that we now have Republican Josh Bain calling for Hogset's resignation. That's the third of the council, the first Republican. I only hope the momentum grows. And while we're handling Hogset, the communist Jesse Brown should be removed. And man, all this has been very bad for the council president. I'll get into that. Right now, Matt Baer has traffic.
All right, Tony, looking at northbound 65, looks pretty good as we come up from 465 into the south split, and that is a construction zone. as lanes are reduced, so please be careful in that. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Also, Elon Musk is saying, yeah, maybe some of my tweets about Donald Trump went too far. Love is a mystery, isn't it? 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:16.
This is Gary Dick. A major merger in the nonprofit sector, plus another major data center gets the green light. Those stories and much more coming up at 6:32 Inside Indiana Business.
Summer is here and it's time to think about cleaning your carpets, but don't even think about renting one of those DIY units at the grocery store. Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res, and right now, get 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at just $129 and $75 off air duct cleaning. That's the perfect way to refresh your home. Vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet. And please don't do it yourself with DIY, dirt-attracting, carpet-soaking machines. With those machines, there's no possible way to extract all of that dirty water out of the carpet, and it'll probably leave a nice layer of mud under the carpet. At Zero Res, there's a reason they have 4,900 plus 5-star Google reviews. So just call Zero Res with their patented ZR water that cleans with no soaps, no residue, and no harsh chemicals. Just fresher carpets and cleaner air for your family. Call now, mention WIBC, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at just $129 plus $75 off the air duct cleaning. 317-388-5141 or ZeroResIndy.com.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month, or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close, you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops, spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Riots in Los Angeles have led to curfews, which is very weird because we were told the riots weren't a big deal. They were only happening in pockets. Actually, they weren't even happening. Everything's fine. Why are you such a bigot? That is the Democratic argument of what has taken place in L.A. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Their argument is nothing is happening here. There are no problems here. As a matter of fact, they created a catchphrase to make sure everybody understands it.
Okay, people, move along. There's nothing to see here.
So, that settles that. Yet the attacks keep happening on law enforcement. The destruction of property keeps happening. You've got Marines now on the ready in Los Angeles. But as we said, on cue, this has expanded. In Chicago, they started gearing up for the fight. What's the actual fight? Oh, they don't know. They just have an opportunity to destroy things. And being, what do you want to call them? Being progressives, being anarchists, being socialists, whatever it is. They just want to destroy things. They want to destroy us and we. The same thing is true in Atlanta. And what is this I hear? That we're seeing the same exact thing gearing up for tonight in Indianapolis. Put out by PSL Indianapolis, emergency protest from LA to Indy, ICE out June 11th, that's today, 7 p.m., that's tonight, Gamebridge. These people are going to go after Game 3? These people are going to go after Game 3. Now, I stated nothing's going to happen until after the finals because we do not have an Indianapolis that's going to allow it. What if I'm wrong? What if Indianapolis is the kind of place that would absolutely allow it? One of the groups organizing this seems to be the Indy Liberation Center. That's right, Liberation Center. They got their wordplay down pat over there. I don't know what they think they're liberating from if they want to be communists. What possibly could they be liberating from? But yeah, there's a whole group of people putting this together, including what's known as the Indy Liberation Center. And you can see there all the organizers. Are these the people trying to do damage to Indianapolis? Are you just going to protest? Fine by me. Are you going to start throwing rocks at police? I mean, are you going to condemn what it is that's been happening in Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, Seattle? We said it was coming everywhere. Of course it is. So you're going to take people who are going to a basketball game and you're going to decide that they are the ones who should be, threatened? Are they the ones who should be intimidated? People going to a game and supporting this city, something you won't do. Well, how could you support anything? You don't even believe in capitalism, which is just so embarrassing. The best system created by man. Oh, nothing's perfect, but far better than any of their socialist nonsense could ever create. Their socialist nonsense can't create anything. All good things were created by capitalism. All of them. By people pursuing their passions, their individual interests, and in their own self-interest. And we're all better off. And no one has ever been better off with socialism, ever. Oh, they can fantasize about it. They can pleasure themselves about it. But it doesn't make it real. In the real world, the only thing they have created is starvation and a prayer for a quick and painless death. That's it. That's all they've got. It's all they'll ever have. But I want to get back. Certainly we're going to keep our eyes on what happens in Indianapolis tonight. Don't be intimidated by these people. Now, if they're protesting, just walk by them. You don't have to bother with them. You don't have to engage them. They have every right to protest. They just can't block the traffic. They can't cause a physical disturbance. They can't go after you. That they can't do. Stand there with a sign and scream into the wind about unpopular positions that provide no value and destroy a society? Yeah, it's America. They can do that. But I want to go back to the curfew in Los Angeles. Why would you have a curfew? Everything was fine. You told us everything was fine. You told us that this was much ado about nothing. You told us that it's nothing more Anna Navarro, than a distraction.
The golden calf, me, money, 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 spectacle, spectacle, spectacle. So there's deeper issues here we have to come to terms with. And this is why it's a very serious
You said
moment.
something that I think is very important, that this is a distraction. While we are talking about this, while Donald Trump is wagging the dog, we are not talking about the ridiculous Yo Mama is so ugly contest that he was holding with Elon Musk until a few days ago. We are not talking about the parade that he's throwing. We're not talking about the big, beautiful bill that is flailing and that is going to leave 11 million people without health coverage. We're not talking about the failure of his tariffs and
we're not
economic
talking
policy.
about this because this has gone on for 9 nights without the mayor or the governor of the state doing anything to put these riots.
Okay, good for that guy responding. We're not talking about the parade because it's a parade and no one actually cares. We're not talking about the one big beautiful bill. Of course we're talking about the one big beautiful bill. We're not talking about a fight between Elon and Trump because no one cares. It doesn't matter. You're destroying property. You're hurting police officers and law enforcement. You have lawlessness going on. You have fires in the middle of the road. You want us to talk about gossip? This is who they are. Their priorities are very messed up. Ours are very clear. Indianapolis stays safe tonight. It's us or them, guys. And look what they want to do. If they're anything like their counterparts in Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, and Seattle. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matt?
Northbound 65 slow after Raymond Street into the South Split because of road construction. And checking out the action going to the airport from downtown. And we're moving up to speed. So if you're ride-sharing people from the downtown hotels, this looks pretty good from West Street, Meridian, Illinois. Making your way on westbound 70 out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. We're moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
The city of Indianapolis in shambles. State government in shambles. Abdul, Jim Merritt will be with us to talk about both.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
It's the summer of love all over again. Radar is clear. It's 58 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Your high today, 86. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at 6:30. That's what President Trump is saying about the Los Angeles riots that have been going on for several days now.
All I want is safety. I just want a safe area. Los Angeles was under siege until we got there. The police were unable to handle it. You could speak to the chief. He said it on television.
And Trump defended his decision to send the National Guard to L.A., saying that he learned from his first term during the riots 5 years ago.
I went right by every rule, and I waited for governors to say, send in the National Guard. They wouldn't do it, and they just wouldn't do it. It kept going on and on, got worse and worse. And in Minneapolis, that city was burning down 7 days, and I said, I don't care.
And Los Angeles had its quietest night of the week on Tuesday. An investigation that wasn't as thorough as it needed to be. That's how one Indianapolis council member described what happened recently, as a Chicago law firm was paid lots of money to look into sexual harassment in the mayor's office. John Herrick with the story.
That investigation by Fisher Phillips said Hogset and his administration didn't break any rules at the time. Indianapolis Republican County Councilman Josh Bain finds that hard to believe. On Tuesday, he told WIBC's Kendall and Casey,
the investigative committee could have subpoenaed Thomas Cook, and they didn't. We need to know why they didn't.
Cook's accused of sexually harassing several women. Bain wants to see full interview logs that Fisher Phillips got, along with text messages, notes, and more. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A world-class liar. Those words prompted ABC News to fire its senior national correspondent, Terry Morin. Morin went after Trump administration Deputy Chief Stephen Miller. Morin had interviewed President Trump only a few weeks ago. He said in his X post that the president was also a liar, but that his hatred was in service of his own glorification. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Peoria-based Goodwill Industries of Central Illinois and Indianapolis-based Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana have agreed to merge. The combined nonprofit Goodwill will serve 21 counties in Central Illinois and 40 counties in Central and Southern Indiana. Kent Kramer, the current CEO of Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana, will lead the combined organization.
Collectively, we can have more impact in Illinois and in Indiana. You know, we operate 19 high schools. We administer a program called Nurse Family Partnership, where we're serving 2,500 Medicaid-eligible mothers. We've got reentry programs. So, we've really leaned into that and built that model over the last couple of decades.
Calling it the biggest development project in city history. The Hammond Common Council has okayed a development agreement for a major data center project on the city's lakefront. Chicago-based developer Decennial is planning to spend $1.2 billion to expand its operations at the Digital Crossroads Data Center campus. The investment expected to generate as many as 90 full-time jobs, as well as thousands of construction jobs. The Ohio River Way, a 308-mile water trail that connects communities in Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky, has been designated as a national water trail. The nonprofit that oversees the trail said in a news release, the recognition marks the largest addition to the national trail system this year. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
At Indiana University, we're undaunted by challenge. We take the lead. We don't follow the crowd. Embracing the future with creativity and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. Because bold is who we are. 9 campuses, 1 purpose. Creating tomorrow, today. Indiana University. Bring on tomorrow. Join us at iu.edu.
Indiana's economy is on the move, and every region has a role to play. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business for the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're traveling to 10 regions across the state to spotlight business growth, workforce development, innovation, and Indiana's tech hubs. Don't miss this front row look at Indiana's future and the growth opportunities in your region. Find out when we'll be in your area at ibj.com/innovate. 2 of the top employers in Pike County are making big investments in robotics to fuel their operations. The Pike County Economic Development Corporation says the investments by Four Star Fabricators and Stella Jones, Inc. are positive indicators for the county's economy. This is Gary Dickford, 93 WIBC.
Northbound 65 on the south side slow after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of road construction, and that construction delay getting us just a little bit before 465 coming up from the south side. That's from Thompson Road into 465 interchange. No problems coming in from Lebanon here this morning. Southbound 65 looking good through the Boone. State Road 32 to the Dogleg 865. Have a safe drive this morning. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Matt Bear, thank you. As always, fine work. 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 6:36. We check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, Game 3. What's up?
Tony, good morning. The NBA Finals Series coming back to Indianapolis for the first time in 25 years. Games 3 and 4 right here in the capital city. The Pacers and the Thunder. Indiana guard TJ McConnell talking about Oklahoma City's defense and what adjustments the Pacers need to make.
I mean, their defense is historic. It's really good. They've got guys that can guard at every position. So just being unselfish, moving the ball, and trying to get to the paint. I know it's difficult, but we gotta, like I said, read and react and be better in that area.
All right, tip-off time 8:30 tonight. The standard for the Indianapolis Colts is not good enough. That's what the team's owner and CEO, Carly Ursay-Gordon, said at a press conference Tuesday as they move forward after the passing of their father, Jim Ursay.
Winning is great, but I would even take it a step further and saying, we're really committed to being the best. And if we're the best, we will win games.
And sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At the IHSAA, we love when student athletes understand the real purpose of playing high school sports, like McKenna Cruz from Greenwood Community High School.
I love competing for my high school, but I don't play for accolades, records, or to earn college scholarships. For me, it's about more than winning, playing time, or trophies. I play high school sports because they help me grow alongside my friends, develop character and integrity, and learn life lessons I'll carry with me forever. Soccer reminds me of the power of teamwork and how we can help each other succeed. Track teaches me to focus on the things I can control and not worry about outside noise. High school sports show me the value of discipline, grit, and representing my community with dignity. They prepare me for life, and that's why I play.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support student athletes like McKenna by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is empowering student athletes. This is your IHSAA.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
The live stream is happening over on the YouTubes and on the Twitix at 93WIBC. It's very easy to do. You just go to YouTube. It's called YouTube. I don't know if you've heard about it. All the kids, they're like, "Oh, this is the future. This and the Pet Rock." And you go over there and you go to 93WIBC, and boom, there I am, just like hanging out on your television screen right there. But it looks like I'm frozen. At least that's what I see. I don't know. I got my Flederman Von Riest watch on, vonriest.com. I'm doing all right. Everything's good. Pacers play tonight. We've got Game 3. There are still tickets on sale, and as I have heard the story, the prices have headed down. I think because the prices were criminally insane to begin with. You see what you can get. You see how things are kind of going and growing and coming together, and see whether or not you've got a unique opportunity to really cash in. I can appreciate such a thing. Those prices have come down. Some people have argued, well, the issue here regarding this pricing is it's Pacers, Oklahoma. And without one of those big East Coast, West Coast cities in, you don't have as much push for tickets. I don't think I can deny math. There's probably some of that is true, because in relationship to, let's say, New York, you can fly out to Indy, spend the night in Indy, see the game. It's probably less than a ticket at Madison Square Garden. I don't deny that this is true. I say this is probable. But it's an opportunity to see a finals game. It's an opportunity to see your Pacers. Some people should be taking a look and be like, you know what? This is a cool opportunity. Prices have come down. All right, I can handle this. Let's go. I hope they do. I want nothing but sellouts, and I assume by the end, even tonight, everything will be filled up. And I'm looking forward to the win. I'll take. I'm not going to say I want the Pacers to lose again so we get 6 games in Indy. I just like or 6 games so we can get 3 games in Indy. I like that idea for the businesses. I just want the win. So whatever it takes, the win is better for this city, for sure. Go Pacers. Bring on game 3. And let's make sure Halliburton gets over at least 20 points. It'll make things a lot easier. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Another update is just minutes away.
Chaos in California.
Fourth day of protests in Los Angeles.
Masked up, wearing dark clothing.
President Trump sends in hundreds of Marines.
Hear the news.
The U.S. and China holding trade talks in London.
Great thing for China, great thing for the rest of the world.
As events happen.
Tyrese and Pascal and Miles, everybody's got to do more.
Game 3, NBA Finals.
The vibe downtown on Wednesday night for Game 3 is going to be off the charts.
We'll happen to be there. 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Your financial portfolio is probably somewhere in your head right now, just rolling around. With the markets the way they are and the changing fiscal policy, now is the time to check on your money. Let the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth handle that review in its entirety, the second opinion, if you will. Matt Bear here. Hey, I'm working with Trajan, and the experience has given me a sense of financial security. It's the way they've talked to me, gotten to know me. I feel like family. Call today and schedule a consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. The first appointment is free. Trajan works with you in designing a portfolio tailored to your timeline and future. They're all about having a good plan and making smart investments. Call today, 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. That's 317-480-4040. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with Xfi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
News doesn't wait, and neither should you. Breaking news updates, local headlines, and statewide coverage are always available at WIBC.com. When the news moves fast, we will too. Stay in the know while you're on the go with WIBC.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Northbound 65 slow through the construction now after South Keystone Avenue into the South Split. We are moving. Southbound 6570 tightening up just a little bit from Washington Street to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Why do I keep thinking that that's not accurate? It is 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. What time is it? 6:45? Sounds good. 6:45. There it is. That's the time. That's all I've got. We're done.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP 105-195. Nautilus MSRP 60-195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in central Indiana, and the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes, and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
Big Joe here for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical.
If your air conditioner is barely hanging on, don't wait for it to fail in a heat wave. Upgrade now with a new energy-efficient system from B&W. Join thousands of Hoosiers who trust us to keep their families cool and comfortable. Get a free estimate today at bplusw.com or call 317-214-0108.
B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, your American Standard dealer since 1961.
So CNN puts out the headline that Los Angeles was never told by Immigration and Customs Enforcement about the moves they were going to make, to which Homeland Security says, of course they were informed. What an absolute lie that they would say that. Well, it's not the only lie out there. Gavin Newsom says that President Trump never called him. President Trump showed the log from his phone. He reached out to John Roberts at Fox. He's like, John Roberts like, yeah, the president called me. He's like, here. I called him twice. First time he didn't pick up. Second time, spoke for about 16 minutes. I said, you got to do more. This is the president speaking to the governor of California. You got to do more. You got to do much more. You got to fix this. Trump referred to Gavin Newsom the other day as a very nice guy, but totally incompetent. Maybe that's exactly correct. Maybe that's indeed accurate. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. I don't want to be harping on this story, but certainly it is taking up a lot of bandwidth, and rightfully so. And the issue here is not, oh my gosh, it's Los Angeles. That's not it. It is the lengths that the political left will go to try and manipulate what it is that's taking place for no reason whatsoever. There's no reason for it. Be honest about it. These people are rioting. It has to be stopped because we oppose rioting. But they don't. They can't oppose the rioting. What a weird spot to put yourselves in. What a weird bit of manipulation for progressives to be in, but they are. And they can't walk away from it. And yet you have people like Gavin Newsom putting out 8-minute videos where he's stating, the governor is, that this is all about Trump and Trump's an authoritarian. And listen.
Okay, we are working.
No. That's somebody mocking him. Sorry. I have it. I knew I had it. It's an 8-minute video. Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump is the other. You have people setting things on fire in your state. You have people going after law enforcement in your state. Why are you making a video about Trump? Because that's all they've got. They don't actually have anything else. But this isn't the only thing happening. Of course, we're going to talk about what's happening in Indianapolis with our very lecherous mayor, as described, and how he's refusing to resign, but the pressure needs to continue to be on. I wait for the feminists of Indianapolis to finally speak up. It's kind of amazing. Women run these nonprofits. We have lots of women as civic leaders. We have an entire female athlete class in Indianapolis that is bar none around the nation, never mind around the globe. We have a lot of people speak out about a lot of things. We don't speak out about this. Now, if you didn't speak out about any of it, well, then okay. Right? That would be fine, but you talk about things. So why not this? Why not talk about this thing right here? You've got a mayor who hired a subordinate, a deputy mayor, chief of staff, who was lecherous, involved in improper sexual relationships, was improper with his staff. And Hogset brought him back. Hogset was improper in his text messages with staff. He embarrassed the city. Look what he does to younger women on his staff. Nobody from the women's sports teams we have is going to say anything? Well, no. I'm not saying you have to say something. I am saying that you'll say things about other things. It's weird that you won't say something about this. But we're going to get into all of that. There's a story out that President Trump, as he spoke yesterday at Fort Bragg, and he was all Trump.
And the only flag that will wave triumphant over the streets of Los Angeles is the American flag. So help me God. The American flag is the one that's going to wave triumphantly over the streets.
He's also said that the Army is going to restore the names of 7 bases. There were a lot of name changes that took place in the Biden administration. And he's going to return the names of Army bases that were named for leaders of the Confederacy. Yeah, that part's not necessary. The erasure of history is ridiculous. The recognition of why certain names happened, why certain statues happened, how there was an attempt to try and heal the nation is an extremely important part of our history, post-Civil War. But it's okay for names to change. Now, there are some names that I will absolutely object to, like I object to anything being named for Harvey Milk. I don't think you need to name things for Confederate leaders. I would think it weird that President Trump would want to name things for the losers. So the great purge of history from the left, no thanks. But some name changes because, well, that's not necessary. That's fine. I don't think you need to go back to calling Fort Rucker in Alabama, Fort Rucker, named for Confederate Colonel Edmund Rucker. I don't think that's necessary at all. Matt Bear's got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Northbound 65 slow on the south side, South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of road construction. And southbound 65 70 slow traffic from Washington Street down to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Jim Schrader, IT Director for Lakota and SMC Trailers and Viaggio Pontoon Boats, has a solid reason for selecting Applied Innovation.
With companies, the bottom line comes to dollars and cents. It really does. And when we consolidated all our printing needs with Applied, we got rid of all these onesies, twosies desktops that we were having to take care of and got the big MFPs and strategically placed them.
And with the Applied Innovation Printing Solution,
we're saving about $25,000 a year between the three companies by doing that. And of course, everybody's like, oh, well, what if I need to print privately or this or that? You know, they've helped me set up private print, direct print, coded print, all that stuff.
You're sold on Applied Innovation.
If you're looking for great service, attentiveness, and a fantastic product, Applied is the place to go. Applied is Johnny on the spot, literally.
Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Are you dealing with foot, knee, hip, or back pain? Well, it sounds like you could use a spring in your step. Hi, this is Phoebe with the Good Feet store, and I've got just the thing to help you spring forward into comfort. Good Feet's unique, patented 3-step arch support system is designed to reduce pressure on your joints to keep you feeling energized all day long, even when you're running on an hour's less sleep. With less pressure on your joints, you'll also experience less pain and discomfort too. When you visit the Good Feet store, we'll take time with you to figure out what you need on your free personalized fitting. You can also take all the time you need to walk in-store to feel the Good Feet difference personalized for your feet, your shoes, and your lifestyle. Most of our customers say they feel relief immediately, and you can too. Make your appointment today at goodfeet.com. Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options and spring into comfort at the Good Feet store. Come in today for your free personalized fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Visit goodfeet.com to find the location nearest to you.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Fostech is American-made firearms made right here in Indiana. American craftsmanship meeting cutting-edge innovation. Their lightweight AR-15s are incredible, and they don't sacrifice dependability or durability. Advanced machining capabilities create incredible products, and they are all designed, machined, assembled, and tested right here in Indiana. Fostech, owned by a family that has served and loved their country. Visit Fostech.com, F-O-S-T-E-C-H, Fostech.com to find the dealer near you.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogset is saying about his future, what one Republican is saying should happen to Hogset, and what the Indiana Pacers plan to do tonight in the NBA Finals against OKC. After Fox News, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1. Indianapolis, it is 7 o'clock.
An overnight curfew is in effect in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In the last 2 more hours.
A necessary measure to protect lives and safeguard property following several consecutive days of growing unrest throughout the city.
L.A. Police Chief Jim McDonnell, when it went into effect last night to quell the protests over illegal immigration raids, Fox's Jeff Paul was there.
10 minutes after curfew kicked in, we all sort of got a little nervous because there were so many people still out. And then all of a sudden you see a huge group of officers, some on horses, others in squad cars, and they cleaned out that area in minutes.
And there were nearly 200 arrests, mainly for curfew violations. Some of the Marines President Trump has deployed will arrive in L.A. today to join thousands of National Guard troops protecting federal buildings and agents after the protest destruction that has included businesses vandalized and looted. And President Trump warns protesters.
Oh, the military will be very happy for us. I'm very proud to tell you that. They might as well turn around. They're wasting their time. Some of them will end up in jail for a long period of time.
But California's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom is challenging the federal troop deployment in courts.
Democracy is under assault before our eyes.
A federal judge will hold a hearing on the governor's lawsuit tomorrow. More protests are popping up in more places.
Major cities like Seattle and Chicago are also facing similar anti-ICE protests. And in New York City, police arrested more than 80 protesters. And with reports that these protests could continue to spread, Texas Governor Greg Abbott isn't taking any chances. He's deploying the National Guard to San Antonio.
Fox's Brooke Singman. A congresswoman's been indicted over a skirmish outside an immigration detention center in New Jersey last month. Monica McIver, a Democrat charged with assaulting an officer. She calls it all political and baseless. 2 empty cells on death row in Florida and in Alabama. Anthony Wainwright got a lethal injection, and then an hour later, another convicted murderer was suffocated in Alabama. Gregory Hunt got an injection, a nitrogen gas execution. America.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogset talks about his future. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, where it's 57 degrees. Your high today, 78. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. Incredibly regrettable. That's how Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogset describes to Wish TV the scene at a council meeting this week that ended with a woman who accused his former right-hand man, Thomas Cook, of sexual harassment. She was thrown out of that meeting after she refused to stop speaking.
Well, I think it's important that we continue to evolve the process for protection for all employees, and that includes confidentiality and anonymity.
At least 3 council members have called on Hogset to resign after a Chicago law firm released a report on the culture of sexual harassment under his leadership.
And we've got 2.5 years left in this term, and we have a lot to accomplish.
And Hogset says he will not resign. One of those council members calling on him to resign is Josh Bain.
I think everything that the council Democrats have done throughout this entire process has actually backfired and made it worse.
And he spoke to WIBC's Kendall and Casey on Tuesday.
You look at the report, how the report re-traumatized victims and left them feeling even more unheard.
And he added,
and then when you talk about feeling unheard, after 20, 30 seconds, you start cutting them off, and you get in a shouting match with a sexual harassment survivor that's just trying to tell her story because council Democrats have ignored them up to this point.
And the firm who hired, or was hired by the mostly Democrat-led council, was paid nearly $500,000 to look into this. They said that Hogset did not break any laws. You may have heard that the Indianapolis Colts are under new leadership. Well, kind of.
To pull a quote my dad would say, who I think our PR person would say, you say excited too much, but we couldn't be more excited about the team this year and our draft class. I mean, you talked about the QB position, but it's competition is good.
It is staying in the family. The Indianapolis Colts, Carly Ursay Gordon, at a press conference on Tuesday, she and her 2 sisters were introduced at a presser. Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton says his performance in the first 2 games of the NBA Finals just wasn't good enough.
Despite that, he says he's keeping his routine the same. I'm John Herrick.
I'm not like superstitious or anything, but I feel like you just try to treat every game the same way, honestly. I still eat goldfish at 60 minutes on the clock. I still go to chapel. On the road, though, I don't go to his chapel as much. I kind of do like a private chapel session.
And Halliburton credits his coach, Rick Carlisle, for helping him improve the way he watches film to help both he and his teammates get better. Game 3 for the Pacers is tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder in Indianapolis at 8:30 Eastern, with the series tied at 1. John Herbeck, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And just to note, at about 4:30 this afternoon, around Gamebridge Fieldhouse, they're going to have bike racks. You won't even be able to get close to the Fieldhouse without a ticket to the finals. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Interstates are looking pretty good right now as we check out the construction zones like the Clear Path construction zone on the northeast side where they're redoing the I-69 465 interchange. Everything's moving up to speed right now. Fishers, you look good coming inbound 69 from 96 down to 465. No problems there. Northbound moving through the construction zone nicely from East 56 up to Allisonville Road. And the new one, the Southside I-65 construction zone, no sweat on northbound 65, 465 up to the South Split. No delays to tell you about at the moment. When that changes, I'll let you know. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morris, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Yeah, for today, gorgeous, sunny and hazy. Temperatures will be warmer. We'll be getting into the mid-80s, but once again, we're dealing with Canadian wildfire smoke, mainly in the upper levels of our atmosphere. However, this morning we've seen some go into the orange category for air quality, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups. Tonight, mostly clear, low temperatures in the mid-60s. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, starting to turn more humid. High temperatures getting into the mid-80s. Rain chances start to return late Friday, but it's looking wet, especially for Saturday. Showers and storms still around, scattered in nature for Sunday with highs in the lower 80s.
That right there is Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, thank you. Appreciate it. 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:07. I very much doubt that Bob Bosley, president of the Indianapolis City County Council, understood how bad things were going to get for him. Never mind the Democrats on the council. When they threw out one of the women making the allegations against Joe Hogset. When you threw out Lauren Roberts, when you had the sheriffs remove her, did one of the sheriffs actually say to her, act like a lady? Which is an interesting word choice for sure. I've seen rioters treated better. Tony Katz, did I say hello? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I'm Tony Katz. This is 93 WIBC. We're live streaming on the YouTubes and on the Twitter X. Just search for WIBC and then be a part of it and subscribe and do all the things. I don't think Bob Bosley understood how bad this was going to be for him and for the Democrats of Marion County and for the Indiana Democrats as a whole. This is your guy, Joe Hogset. And you're the ones who threw the woman out of the room forcibly while she was saying, you are not dealing with the problem. It's like those people who say that you can have books that describe all sorts of sexual positions for 5-year-olds. But if you read that book, you can have that book in the school library. But if you read that book in one of our school board meetings, well, we throw you out. Man, did Vop come across as just pure on cowardly, didn't he? You think about it, you go over it, You're like, what was said? Is there a reason somebody got removed? Because there could be reasons somebody gets removed from a school, from a city council meeting. No. You just didn't like the fact that she was talking about you. And that's some thin-skinned stuff, man. Oh, VOP, bad day. Bad day. I had reached out to one of the Republicans and on the council. So what are we waiting for? And I won't share with you yet the response that I got back. But then I see that Josh Bain, Republican, is calling for Joe Hogset's resignation. I think that there's maybe a larger story now. And don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely want Hogset's resignation. We here at WIBC wanted this since 2 nights of riots. What are we dealing with? How come nobody cared? Why didn't the civic leaders care? What does it take for them to actually put pressure? We do a pretty good job as one station, the only station willing to do these things. We're it. Yet, we could use some help because it's not enough. And yet still we don't have it. We're only starting to see little bits of it now from the council, and not all the council. We've got one communist who needs to be thrown off the council anyway because he supports false reports to ICE. It was the sharing of a post that said, man, it would be terrible if people sent false reports to ICE. You know, that's a crime. Don't do that. And here's the number to call. And they want us to believe they were saying don't do it. We've been through this. We see you silly commies. You've got Democrat Andy Nielsen calling for a Hogset's resignation. And then you've got now Josh Bain. Not the women on the council. The women on the council are silent, which is, again, weird. But really, you have more than just the resignation of Hogset. You really have what this council is all about. What exactly do they do? How exactly do they work? What moves them? Why aren't they stronger? And I don't have an answer for you. I have got absolutely no answer. I wish I did. And I wish they were stronger. But I think that this question about if you look at who you throw out, look at how Vop Ostley acts, look at how this council acts. More eyes on you, council. That's not a bad idea either. Because, man, you need them. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Get ready for the best week of summer. Life Church is hosting Vacation Bible School, an exciting, fun-filled week where kids will discover the love of Jesus through music, games, crafts, and Bible stories. It's all happening June 9th through the 13th, and it's completely free. It's open to all kids ages 4 years old to 5th grade. So come, make new friends, learn about Jesus, and have a blast. Register today at lifechurchin.com.
Tony Katz here for Premier Arms in Brownsburg. This is your premier gun store. Premier Arms has the experience and know-how to help the new gun buyer and the most experienced marksman. They've been in business for over 20 years and have a friendly, knowledgeable staff that wants to help you, not talk down to you. Premier Arms in Brownsburg is family-friendly, so bring the kids. All ages are welcome. Everyone can find what they're looking for at Premier Arms in Brownsburg, 3754 South Green Street, online at premierarms.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, premierarms.com.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Traffic on the fives. Ooh, that sounded weird. Hold on. Traffic on the fives. It still sounds weird. Traffic on the fives? Traffic. Am I having a stroke? Wait a second. Does it sound weird or is it just me?
No, it doesn't sound weird at all.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Traffic on the fives.
Ah, see, that sounded right. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Northbound 65 slow after South Keystone Avenue into the south split because of construction. South side eastbound 465 slowing up around Emerson Avenue. And inbound 69 slow from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
59 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Popcorn Moment brought to you by Boer Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. Your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement. If it's inside the four walls, Boer Remodeling is the call. By the way, that's not their tagline. I made that up. I kind of like it. I don't know if it's going to stick or not. What should stick is you making this phone call because it's time to redo that kitchen. You need more countertop space. You need more cabinet space. You need a total redo. You just need a refresh. Boer Remodeling are the people to speak to make sure it's done right. We're talking about the quality. We're talking about the skill, the materials utilized, the best finishes. This is what Boer Remodeling does. They deliver quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Whatever it is you're looking to do, thinking to do, trying to plan to do, Boer Remodeling understands. They're going to work with you, and their process from the consultation to the final bit of construction means you're going to get exactly what you wanted as you wanted it, and you're going to know what's happening every day. So the stress is just gone, and everything with Boer Remodeling comes with their 2-year workmanship guarantee. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer, B-O-O-H-E-R, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. I will tell you, I wasn't sure which way to go because there's so much madness regarding all the people who are trying to tell you that there were no riots in Los Angeles and then told you, hey, So we're clear. We need a curfew in Los Angeles because of the problems. Here is one of the many, many examples, this one from CNN.
That they'll be judged on that front.
And John Miller, on that comment that stood out to me with Governor Newsom saying that the president is dragging a military dragnet, that was the quote that he used across Los Angeles. As you've looked at this, one thing that the president pointed to earlier today in the Oval Office when he was talking to reporters are comments made by the police chief in L.A. saying they were overwhelmed on Saturday night, basically as part of his justification for what we've seen happen here. What have you made of the response from the LAPD compared to the military that has been sent in to LA?
Well, I think that's a really important fact check because the president also said that, the National Guard got there and they brought order to it. The National Guard did not bring order to it. The National Guard surrounded the federal building and then became a focal point of protest where the LAPD had to actually bring order to that.
First things first, these aren't protests. These are riots. Second things second, the rioters want to kill the National Guardsmen and the ICE agents because, well, what else would I call it? So that's your issue. Not that the National Guard got sent out. And of course, Trump always plays it as I solved the problem. It's not solved yet because the streets aren't clear. So let's not say that it's solved. But here's where it falls off the rails.
The other thing is, and I have a lot of respect for Scott Jennings, he's my friend, but L.A. is not burning, okay? 5 self-driving cars were burned. A couple of police cars were set on fire. That's not good. But we can't use terms that evoke images from the 1992 riots. What this is all...
Could we at least invoke a term that recognizes that cars are on fire? That's not good. Look at how they downplay everything all the time. ICE agents being attacked. Well, that's because the National Guard was out there. It doesn't change the fact that the ICE agents are being attacked. Well, it's only 5 cars on fire. It's way more than 5. And also, to quote the vice president, do you hear yourself? Only 5 cars? How many cars does it take? How many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop? How many cars on fire? Quite literally with flames shooting out, does it take for CNN to say, well, now this is a problem? And is it the number of cars or is it whether or not it's your car? Businesses have been looted. There's this meme going around of a Zara store being looted, and people are writing, just tell me exactly how this is a protest against deportation. And the answer is, of course it's not. It's just people who want to destroy. It's people who want to tear it down. People taking advantage of the opportunity. And our problem is we're not putting this down with force. You don't get to loot. It's not a victimless crime. And if you get hurt while you're looting, excuse me, I just want to make sure I give you the proper reaction. This is the proper reaction to someone who gets hurt when looting. I've been working on this. I've been studying with the finest mimes and voice actors in all the land. I've been doing this. I've been practicing this for a while. I'm very excited. Okay, this is the sound. Wait, is that right? Right. This is the sound, or this is the reaction. It's the reaction of the sound to people who get hurt while looting. I've been working on that for months. For months, I have been working on that. Can I get a rating? Can I get it on a 1 to 5 scale, producer Carl? How do you think that went?
4.5.
4.5. Your mother. I mean, thank you. That's a very kind grade. You get hurt looting. It's like if you block traffic and you get run over. What do you want from me? It's early morning. I've got coffee to drink. I've got cigars to smoke. I people to talk to all across Indiana. I got no time for you. If you block traffic and you get run over by the car, I don't know why I even have to talk about it. All I want to know is, can I get a second cup of coffee? That was really good. Is that Maxwell House? Delicious. Good Lord. We don't, you must understand that there comes a moment where there's only so much bandwidth that we have as a society, as people, and we just don't care about you that much. You, not people engaged in their First Amendment rights. You, people engaged in violence. You, people engaged in blocking traffic. You, people who are engaged in looting. And by the way, I was saying you, comma, people who are, as opposed to you people. But even if you want to take it as you people, I put rioters all together in one group. I'll call you people all I want. I won't even apologize. I won't think twice about it. I'll be like, again, Max, is that Folgers? Is that flavor crystals that I'm tasting? Because my gosh, I'm telling you, bursting with flavor. That is quality. Right. Did you grind your own beans? Did you grind your beans? My gosh, that is a delicious, good. Do I feel sorry for Terry Moran, who just got fired from ABC? He got fired from ABC. You called Stephen Miller soulless. The hate feeds him and sustains him like he's Beelzebub. You write, you're a reporter for ABC. You got suspended, and now they've decided not to renew your contract. You got fired. Be concerned because you act like that? I talk 6 hours a day. I have been able to say I disagree with people or agree with people and not engage like this. I mean, when you put it out there, you got to expect the fact that there might be a reaction and a response from the place where you do the work. Otherwise, start your own Substack and knock yourself out. But nah, we're not going to get worked up by that. So to the protesters who are allegedly coming tonight to Game 3 of the NBA Finals, protest, use your free speech and speak. If you block traffic, if you interrupt people from walking into the game, if you get physical, my gosh, whatever happens to you, kitten. I wouldn't do any of that stuff. And by the way, if you see protesters, just ignore them. You're going to the game. You're going to have fun. You've got a happy life. They're miserable people who favor illegal immigrants over the law of the land. Just don't even pay any attention. But if those so-called protesters want to pull a Los Angeles or an Atlanta or a Chicago now and get violent, well, then they're going to have to deal with the consequences. If they block traffic, they're going to have to deal with the consequences. And those consequences might involve tires and legs. I think it's terrible. But you know what I'm going to say? Are you really sure that's not Folgers? Is that International Coffees? My gosh, I thought that was Cafe Vienna. Oh, so good. So good. Matt Bear's got traffic.
Northbound 65, slow from South Keystone Avenue up to the South Split, delayed 3 minutes through the construction. Northbound 465 on the northwest side, slow roll, 86th Street to 865. Inbound 69, tight from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with a purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up on the Hammer and Nigel Show, more fallout from that Wild City County Council meeting. And Joe Hogset says he is not resigning. Hammer's back, too. It's at 3 o'clock, 93 WIBC.
Matt Bear here for Conklin Exteriors. Maybe the busy spring storms tore up your roof. Call Conklin Exteriors, 317 Roofing. Conklin Exteriors is now offering free inspection to assess the condition of your home. From full replacements to leaky roofs, Conklin knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new. And they'll do it as fast as possible. Help your home find the fountain of roof. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. Call 317 Roofing. Conklin Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Summertime's here, so get a hot summertime deal at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators. Up to $8,000 off select 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Come and see why the Roush family has served the community for over 53 years at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Navigator MSRP $105,195. Nautilus MSRP $60,195. 2025 Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month. Or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, zero security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
93 WIBC Mobile News, on the level, on the go.
Riots and protests from coast to coast. Your radar is clear. It's 57 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 78 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31.
I said a New York! I said a New York! I said a New York!
What you're hearing are protesters in New York City Tuesday night. The cops say at least 80 people were arrested because they started throwing bottles and traffic cones onto the roadway. These protesters not happy about President Trump's immigration policies in Los Angeles.
Some of the 700 Marines in Los Angeles are expected to be deployed today to protect ICE agents, with thousands of National Guard troops waiting in the wings. So the LAPD says dozens of protesters were arrested for refusing to follow the curfew put in place by Mayor Karen Bass, who says it will likely last for several days. And California Governor Gavin Newsom is now vowing consequences for violent protesters while still managing to throw digs at President Trump for even sending in the troops. And President Trump issued a stark message to any protesters who burn an American flag.
And that's Fox's Brooks Singman. The governor, Gavin Newsom, also asked the court to stop military from helping immigration authorities after previously suing the federal government over deployments. You may have gotten advice from your father about safety and about how it always comes first when you work on big vehicles.
A Ford F-350 that was up on 3 jacks fell off the jacks, killing a teenager in Washington. That happened Saturday night, says the Sheriff's Department in a news release. The victim is ID'd as 16-year-old Cooper Schuckman. He and a friend were working on the truck and were removing a part when the weight shifted and the truck dropped. A forklift was used to get him out. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And a Kentucky man has been arrested for releasing a raccoon inside of a crowded bar.
Police say the man, nicknamed Cowboy Cody, is behind bars after releasing the raccoon in the bar as revenge for being kicked out. Witnesses say the raccoon was terrified and bit an employee who tried to grab it. The bartender eventually was able to catch it using a towel. The suspect, whose real name is Jonathan Mason, is no stranger to bizarre antics. He was arrested last winter twice for leading cops on a wild, drunken chase through city streets on a mule. He's now facing multiple charges, including assault and trespassing. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle asked on Tuesday if guard Tyrese Halliburton is going to play in Game 3 of the NBA Finals after he was seen limping off a post-game podium press conference. He said yes, and he followed that up by saying everyone's battling something this time of year.
You know, we got a couple guys that are, slightly under the weather, but I don't think anything's going to keep these guys from playing in the game.
The series tied at a game apiece. NBA Finals back in Indy for the first time in 25 years. Pacers 6-2 at home in the playoffs this year. Tip-off at 8:30. The Indianapolis Colts are one of only a few teams in the NFL that are still family-owned. On Tuesday, Jim Irsay's daughters were introduced as the new owners, carrying on their father's legacy.
He taught us probably, I would say, Mike, one of the biggest things that we all three have learned is that you hire the right people, you get out of the way, you trust them, and you don't micromanage.
And that's Kaylin Jackson. She'll be the owner and chief brand officer. Her sisters, Casey and Carly, will serve as owner and executive vice president and owner and CEO, respectively. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Ryan, looking at northbound 65 stop-and-go traffic after 465 up to Raymond Street. Northbound 465 on the northwest side slow before 86th Street up to 865. East side northbound 465 slow roll from 70 up to Penn Pike. Inbound 69 stop-and-go traffic from 106th Street to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer on the fives at WIBC Traffic.
58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time, what is the time? It's 7:36.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Whenever I'm out a wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, I am going to categorize this as a bachelor pad must-have. I don't know if I'm right. I will let the bachelor decide that for himself. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself on Facebook Marketplace, the Marketplace segment brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. You've got this cash that's waiting for you. It didn't just, show up magically. It's your money. It's actually waiting for you. Someone tried to get you that last paycheck, or you have a refund you didn't even know that you were expecting. It ends up with the Attorney General. The Attorney General wants to bring it to you. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. That's where you go. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Head on over there or text my name, Tony, to 46220. IndianaUnclaimed.gov and go claim your cash. Facebook Marketplace. It's during downtime. I'm clearing my head. That's where I end up. They have odd stuff, interesting stuff, strange stuff, weird stuff. All sorts of stuff is there at the marketplace. I share some of it with you. I bought, I've sold, I've done all the things. Matt Baer, check out this couch. This is a blue futon couch with cup holders.
Oh,
64 and 1/2 inches long.
Oh, it's a huge couch. You
Right?
can fit like 4 people on it.
You could have yourself some serious good times on this couch. And the cup holders, they flip down or they flip back up so you can have room for more ladies.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this thing and I'm saying, first of all, if you have a basement, this is the perfect thing. Like, this is the perfect thing. It's a little mid-century modern. It's all super cool. It's listing for $100. The question is, at what moment, as a bachelor, Matthew Baer, not to bring this up again as a sore subject, but you are indeed a bachelor.
Yeah, I don't call myself a bachelor anymore because I'm too old. You know, it's not like I'm in college or anything. But yeah, I technically, yes, that's happening.
You are what we call in Indianapolis an eligible bachelor.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Right? What some people might call a catch.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Right? And then the people who know you will call you Matt.
Even better, we're cooking.
Are you at an age where you are not allowed to have a futon in your bachelor pad?
Absolutely. No
Right?
futons for me. No, I can't have a futon. They're bad for my back, and you can only fit 2 women on this thing to begin with. So it's not. This is not practical or for me in my lifestyle of living space.
Can I tell you, I have a world-class joke to go right there, and I can't. It's so good. It's so good. I am so proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for the joke, and I'm proud of myself for not saying it.
Tony, you always show great restraint.
I know it. It's killing me. So even for $100, this futon won't be in your bachelor pad because a bachelor cannot have a futon.
I might put it in the garage. You can spill grease on it. It's something of that nature. Maybe it's like good for a man cave, but for me, no. I just don't like it. I don't like the color. I don't need cup holders in the middle of my couch. It doesn't say couch. It says car.
First, you can spill grease on anything. It doesn't just have to be a futon.
Oh, pizza grease,
Secondly, like you're eating pizza.
Yeah.
1,500 calories of oatmeal boy while he sleeps.
Fiber, baby, it's rough.
Third, the color is this like blue, a little more on the light blue, like a heather blue, maybe a powder blue. The color's cool as can be. It is true that as a bachelor, no, you can't have a futon. But as a married man with anywhere between 1 and 7 children, this is absolutely going in the man cave or in the basement or somewhere else. And the cup holders is what sells it.
7 children. You've been busy.
Well, some people know how to put more than 2 ladies on the futon.
Oh, there we go.
Do you want the joke? I'll tell the joke. Do you want the joke? Because you said you can't fit more than 2 ladies on the futon. And the joke was, I'm doing it. Please, if you have children in the car, now is 5 seconds. Ready? Turn off the radio. 5 seconds. Go. The joke is, if you can't fit more than 2 ladies on the couch, you just don't know how to stack them.
Later. Hey, what do you think about suburban white women, Tony?
Oh, you don't want to know what I think about suburban white women. Suburban liberal white women, please.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I get it wrong every time.
Please.
Come on.
Everybody else, totally hot. Please send your hate mail, if you don't mind, to tom@bobandtom.net.
I'll take it too. I'll read it for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So for $100, you're not in for the futon?
No, not at all. Not in a million years.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. All right.
I'm in. The futon's a winner. The futon is a winner. Right there. Check it out for yourself and find everything we do with the marketplace over at WIBC.com. It is all right there for you. The marketplace, brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Now let's say you have a house that... What are we doing? Can I go? I hit the wrong button. Let's say you have a house that has room for a futon, or you need a house that has room for a futon. You're looking for a new home. Home sales activity is actually good, but not great. So many homes, if improperly marketed, are just sitting on the market. Hiring the wrong agent will cost you time and money. You want to hire the expert who maximizes equity and sells fast. That expert realtor recommended right now is Mark Dietel. Maybe what you're looking for is a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Kevin and Angela in Greenwood said the big home was too much and it was time for Dad to move into a maintenance-free community, but we needed cash from the home to fund the change. We reached out to the Mark Dietel team, who helped with the entire process, from selling belongings to prepping the home for maximum value. We went on the market and sold for $5,000 over asking price in less than 7 days. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Call him today, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear. What's going on?
Northbound 465 on the northwest side. Stop and go traffic from 79th up to 865. On the east side, northbound 465 slows from 72 Penn Pike in the construction zone. Snowing on northbound 65 at Edgewood and again South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got ourselves 58 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 7:45.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Stylin'. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Your financial portfolio is probably somewhere in your head right now, just rolling around. With the markets the way they are and the changing fiscal policy, now is the time to check on your money. Let the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth handle that review in its entirety, the second opinion, if you will. Matt Bear here. Hey, I'm working with Trajan, and the experience has given me a sense of financial security. It's the way they've talked to me, gotten to know me. I feel like family. Call today and schedule a consultation at 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. The first appointment is free. Trajan works with you in designing a portfolio tailored to your timeline and future. They're all about having a good plan and making smart investments. Call today, 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. That's 317-480-4040. Remember, your first appointment is on them. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds. while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
China and the United States talking trade truce. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. I don't quite believe it yet, but I don't know why I would believe anything about what comes out of China's mouth yet. It only matters what it is that gets done, what it is that we see in action. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. LaMonica McIver, the congresswoman from New Jersey, who tried to break into the ICE facility, was pushing at and attacking, the only way to say it, ICE agents, has been indicted on federal charges, claiming she forcibly impeded and interfered with law enforcement. This from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of New Jersey, stating that McIver intervened amid an attempted arrest by federal officials outside what's known as Delaney Hall Federal Immigration Facility. Alina Habba, who is the acting U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, stated, as I have stated in the past, it is my constitutional obligation as a chief federal law enforcement officer for New Jersey to ensure that our federal partners are protected when executing their duties. Good. I have argued from the beginning that LaMonica McIver needs to be thrown out of the House. You can't be a member of Congress and act like this. It seems that we have a real issue with the idea of how you have to handle things when you're in certain positions. And at the very least, you have to handle the consequence that comes with it. It's the consequences part that I think has most people just infuriated, because the consequences never come. They come for you. They come for your business. They come for your kids. They come for your spouse. They come in your life. But these elected people, somehow there are no consequences. This is the problem. This is what drives people, I think, the most nuts. Why is it that there are people out there, these elected officials, who think they can do anything, say anything, whenever they do it, it's totally fine. And yet, if I don't put a comma in the right place, if I don't fill out the right piece of paperwork, I can't open my business, I get fined for this other thing happens. If I show up at a school board meeting and someone thinks I'm too uppity, I go to jail. Consequences would be great for these people, and I would like to see them happen here. Then I give you this, and for the sake of clarity, I did reach out to the owner of the Keystone Group to congratulate him. I didn't discuss anything else in the congratulations. What is the story? The story is that the Keystone Group bought the Anthem building on the Circle. We're talking about, I don't know, what quadrant would that be? I don't know, what would you call that, Matt Bear? What quadrant of the Circle is that? That's the Northwest? It's the Northwest quadrant.
Yeah, where Spark is?
Well, Spark exists in your heart, Matt. But but Spark usually covers half the Circle. It covers the Emmis Building side, which would be the Southwest, right?
Yeah.
And so this is the Northwest side.
No. Spark's on the Northwest side with the building. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, they bought the building. They bought the building at 120 Monument Circle. And I'm hearing that the price tag was upwards of $250 million. I saw that reported. I don't 100% know, but neither here nor there. It's been empty for years, has this building been. And Erzal Özdemir put in a statement, 120 Monument Circle is more than just a building. It's a centerpiece location in the beating heart of our city. Nice statement. The reason I love this, first thing I thought about is the Keystone Group are the ones who own the Diamond Chain building. Keystone Group, Erzal Özdemir, own the Indy 11, wanted to bring Major League Soccer here. We're working on a stadium. And it is Erzal Özdemir and the Keystone Group, the Indy 11, that got screwed by Mayor Joe Hogset and Dan Parker, the deputy mayor, and the Indy City County Council that absolutely lied about the idea that Major League Soccer won't have a stadium in the Diamond Chain building. The Simons want it. And they had bigger pockets, or something else happened. And now you've got all this maneuvering and still no answer from Major League Soccer whether or not it's going to come. He could have taken his ball and gone home, could have Erzal Özdemir, could the Keystone Group. They could have said, forget Indianapolis and moved on. No. They buy the building right in the heart of quite literally Indiana. Nothing to me says, hey, Joe Hogset, I'm going to outlast you and screw you, like planting your flag even deeper into Hoosier soil. I freaking love it. Matt Bear has got traffic.
Northbound 65 Southside stop-and-go traffic from Keystone to the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. Matt Baird, WIBC Traffic.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
Tired of digging through noise to find real news? Go straight to WIBC.com. Local stories, statewide impact, national headlines, info that matters. When news breaks, WIBC.com is already on it. Stay on the know while you're on the go.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
911, what's your emergency?
In an emergency, voice is best. But what if you can't call?
Escalated domestic disturbance reported east of downtown. Be advised, alert was received by a 911 emergency text. Caller is hiding in a closet and can't use her voice.
When the situation is too dangerous to make a call, text to 911. Capability Now helps Hoosiers. But in most emergencies, voice is still best.
My sister's not breathing. Please hurry.
In the last 5 years, Hoosiers have used text capability in over 1 million 911 sessions. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations. Thanks to the statewide 911 board, Indiana leads the nation with all 92 counties having in- and outbound text capability. For more, visit in911.net.
It's good to hear your voice. Help is on the way.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
From marshmallow festivals to fireworks on the shore. No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. During Hubler's Freedom to Drive, shop any of our 13 locations and choose from Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Over 2,000 vehicles. All makes, all models, certified vehicles, luxury vehicles, even the hard-to-find ones. Plus, every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report.
'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
No matter where you're headed this summer, Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles during our Freedom to Drive. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 locations.
Cover me!
Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Hey, Wings Etc. fans, guess what? June 9th through 15th is Wings Schooner Madness. We're rolling back prices on award-winning wings and big ice cold schooners to just 59 cents for wings and $5 for domestic schooners. Dine in only. Mark your calendars for June 9th through 15th and get great deals on wings and domestic schooners when you dine in for Wings Schooner Madness. June 9th through 15th, only at your local Wings Etc. Wings Etc. Grill and Pub with 15 Central Indiana locations. Online at wingsetc.com.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers Studios, what Mayor Joe Hogset is saying about his future, why some Hoosiers are concerned about their First Amendment rights, and what the Pacers say they'll try to do against the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
It was a quieter, calmer night in Los Angeles. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, with an overnight curfew still in effect for another hour, imposed by Mayor Karen Bass.
To stop the vandalism, to stop the looting.
After days of destructive demonstrations against illegal immigration raids, Fox's Jonathan Hunt's in downtown L.A.
It was here, in fact, yesterday afternoon that it all kicked off once again as police began to push back protesters who gathered outside this federal building. Those protesters began throwing fireworks again at the police. They pushed them back further and further away from this building. That was the point at which Mayor Bass decided she had to instigate a curfew.
Now, today, some of the Marines President Trump deployed will arrive in L.A., joining the National Guard to protect federal buildings and agents.
What you're witnessing in California is a full-blown assault on peace, on public order.
But California Governor Gavin Newsom says the president is putting democracy at risk, and
he's calling for a sitting governor to be arrested for no other reason than to, in his own words, for getting elected.
A Trump-backed Republican has won the GOP primary for governor in New Jersey, Jack Ciattarelli.
New Jersey is broken, and when something I love is broken, I'm determined to fix it.
His opponent, Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, who won the Democratic primary.
A state like this is not going to be led by a Trump lackey like Jack Ciattarelli.
Well, the feud that got ugly between President Trump and Elon Musk may be cooling off. Musk, who had led the DOGE effort to cut federal spending, posted on X early this morning that he regrets some of the posts last week about the president, writing they went too far. One of them claimed, without him, Trump would have lost the election. Now, on Monday, President Trump said he wishes Musk very well. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Confronted by a survivor. You have a clear radar and it's 60 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 86. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
I was having lunch, and so she came up and we did have a conversation. It's unfortunate that she's left the office because I thought she was a wonderful employee.
That's Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogset speaking to Wish TV on Tuesday about a conversation that he had with a woman named Maggie Adams. She's one of several people who's accused Hogset's former right-hand man, Thomas Cook, of sexual harassment.
She's moved on to different things, and I just simply wished her the best.
And Hogset told Wish TV that he will not resign like some people want him to. One of those people is Indianapolis Republican County Council member Josh Bain. On Tuesday, he spoke with WIBC's Kendall and Casey.
The council, the investigative committee, could have subpoenaed Thomas Cook, and they didn't. We need to know why they didn't.
And Bain wants to see a full interview, the text messages, the notes, and everything else that has to do with the investigation that may have been omitted in the final results. You've probably heard about the protests and the riots going on in LA and New York. People are protesting because they don't like Trump's deportation orders and its immigration executive orders. In Evansville last night, there was an event about First Amendment rights. The forum included a panel of experts who talked about how you can protect your rights. May hear the term infant mortality sometimes, and that indicates children who don't make it past their first birthday. Chris Davis on some improvement in that area.
Not since 1900 have so many Hoosier babies been able to make it to their first birthday. The Indiana Department of Health is celebrating new numbers that show the infant mortality rate is down. Eden Beasy, Assistant Commissioner for Women, Children, and Families, says the mom's health is key.
And generally just making sure that women have access to healthy foods and beverages and places to be physically active.
She also says if you have a baby in the family, they need to be sleeping safely. No stuffed animals or heavy blankets, and they need to be sleeping alone. Chris Davis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The health of Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton has been monitored by the team closely heading into tonight's Game 3 of the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here's John Herrick.
At a press conference on Tuesday, Pacer head coach Rick Carlisle was asked about how Halliburton was limping a little bit after the Game 2 loss.
I know he has some discomfort. He feels it, but each day it's getting better. I don't think you're going to hear him making a big deal out of it.
As for what Halliburton said,
I'm fine. Really just a lower leg thing. I'll leave it at that. I don't think there's anything more to elaborate. I feel fine, and I'll be ready to go for Game 3.
Halliburton did practice on Tuesday. Tip-off this evening at 8:30 in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, with the series tied at 1 game apiece. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Gas prices down to $2.91 across the Circle City this morning, says Gas Buddy. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 8:05, traffic on the fives. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 465 slow, 86th Street up to 865. And we see a delay on the south side. It's that construction zone. Northbound 65 stop and go after 465 up to the south split. That is because of road construction and an 8-minute delay there. Now looking at southbound US 31 on the south side, that's slow traffic in parts from Southport Road down to County Line Road. Westbound 465 on the south side, stop-and-go traffic from the White River to Man Road. And on the east side, northbound 465 slows at Washington up to East 56. Crash Lafayette Road to West 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Ryan Morse. I think it's Ryan Morse. Wish TV meteorologist. What's going on?
Yeah, temperatures warming up for today. It's going to be a nice one. Temperatures getting into the mid-80s, hazy. Still have some Canadian wildfire smoke around, mainly in the upper levels of our atmosphere. Shouldn't impact air quality too much. But as we're going into tonight, low temperatures in the mid-60s, mostly clear skies for anyone going to the Pacers game this evening. For Thursday, mostly sunny, turning partly cloudy. Highs in the mid-80s. What you're going to notice over the next couple of days is humidity. It's going to be climbing, and that's going to drive up our rain chances late Friday, but primarily Saturday and through the weekend. Temperatures consistently in the 80s. Many are going to have a chance at an inch plus of rain through the weekend.
That's Ryan Morse of Wish TV. Ryan, thank you, my friend. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:07. All right, it's my fault I don't know who Phil Vassar is. Country artist. I just didn't know who Phil Vassar was. Live and learn. That's what I say. With the living and the learning and the whatnot. But he will be... Yeah, I'm past the embargo. I'm good. There are things that are announced by the Indiana State Fair about who's going to be on the stage. It's like you can't say it until a certain time. I have to check, but I'm past it. He will be there. Phil Vassar and Lone Star, Thursday, August 14th. on the free stage. That's where he will be. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. There's a lot going on the free stage for the Indiana State Fair, right? You got Three Dog Night on August 1st. Then you got the Disney Throwback DJ Night. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like they take Disney music, they make it clubified, and then it's a rave. And I assume that's what's going on. That's August 2nd. Sunday, August 3rd, Max McNown. Am I pronouncing that right? Max McNown. I am. August 6th is Babyface. Thursday, August 7th, being announced now, America. And then probably the biggest show going on, I got to assume, is Friday, August 8th. Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers. Yes, that Bill Murray will be in town, will be on the free stage right there. The Hoosier Lottery free stage. You got to explain these things correctly there, Producer Carl. Can't just call it the free stage. It's the Hoosier Lottery free stage. Hoosier Lottery free stage. So that's Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers on Friday, August 8th. Then you've got August 14th, Phil Vassar and Lone Star. That's Thursday, August 14th. And then Friday, August 15th, Melissa Etheridge. That's the series right now. So that's all gotten announced right there. That's the whole thing going on. It's going to be good. It's going to be solid. It's going to be, I don't know, maybe the greatest time ever in the history of mankind. And, of course, deep fried Oreos. So if my arm really worked, I'd be applauding right now. But when I say deep fried Oreos, let's see if I can do this right here. Deep fried Oreos. Yeah, that's it. So now I have the soundboard, and now I have an additional soundboard right here. I can do chirping birds. It could be a mystery. Right? Of course, I have the sad trombone. Right? And then I just laughter. Goes on for a while. I mean, these people thought it was very funny. It was like repeating funny. And that one girl, oh, what a laugh. Right there. I've got the rim shot and some cheering. So, whatever your mood is, I've got you covered right here. Meanwhile, there's a Republican who wants a $15 an hour minimum wage on a federal level, and I can't believe I have to fight these people. But here we are to talk economics. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Have you heard about Galaxy Concrete Coatings and their transformation? Your neighbor Bruce did.
Well, the project I was wanting to accomplish was my driveway. I wanted to see if I could get something that looked halfway decent, that would last a while. We also had a side patio surface redone.
Garage, basements, patios, sidewalks, driveways, Galaxy will transform your surface in as little as one day.
The crew was very, very good, excellent. The end result was just super. It is non-slippable surface. I get this if you want to make sure you're not going to have any people slipping or sliding when it rains.
Commercial or residential, 4 times stronger than epoxy, and it comes with a lifetime warranty.
The end result was just super. It was very easy to keep this surface clean. I had tire tracks all over it, and I just took out my hose, sprayed it down, and it looks just like new again.
Click on GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com and remember to like us on Facebook. Galaxy Concrete Coatings. We are out of this world.
This Father's Day, let's take a moment to honor the men who lead with love, serve with strength, and point their families to Christ. In a world full of noise, godly fathers stand out, teaching us faith, patience, and what it means to walk in truth. Whether it's through quiet prayers, late-night talks, or simply showing up day after day, dads are a reflection of our Heavenly Father's heart. Hug your dad, call him if you can, and if your father's no longer here, thank God for the men He's placed in your life to guide you with wisdom and grace. LifeChurchIN.com.
Pat Sullivan here with exciting news from my friends at Hope Plumbing, now known as Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Hope now offers plumbing, heating, and air conditioning services, bringing total comfort to your home. No more dealing with multiple home service memberships. For only $8 a month, Hope is now your one stop for safety and maintenance inspections and so much more. Make sure you're prepared for those Indiana summer heat waves with an AC tune-up by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today at 641-HOPE.
The month of May is raced by at Miss M's Home and Garden and Sundown Gardens. JMV here. The June sales are on now. Shop the great high-quality products at both garden centers and save big this week. 20% off annuals and 30% off pottery at both locations. If you're shopping for Poly Patio Furniture, visit Miss M's in Bargersville for 20% off their patio furniture. Miss M's on State Road 135 in Bargersville. That's Sundown Gardens at 186th and Spring Mill Road in Westfield. Tell them JMV sent you.
And CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Northbound 65, stop and go traffic from 465 up to the south split because of road construction. And right now we are looking at a delay of 8 minutes. Also southbound 65, a little bit slow from MLK to 21st. Pockets of slow on westbound 70 east side, Shadeland Avenue, Emerson Avenue, Rural Street. You kind of get going and then you slow again. East side northbound 465 slow from 70 past Penn Pike. And a crash, Lafayette Road at West 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar, so grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
And we appreciate all the people who have grabbed a Payday and took a picture of it and tagged Payday and Matt Bear and WIBC in the photo that they posted on social media. We need more of those because there's no question that Matt Bear needs to be the official Central Indiana spokesperson for Payday. Because if a guy like Matt Bear, with all his fitness regimen, can allow himself a little sweet treat every now and again, and that sweet treat is Payday, well then, if my gosh, it's good enough for Matt Bear, it's good enough for you. Payday and Matt Bear. Post your photos with a Payday so Matt Bear can get his payday from Payday.
That was impressive. Well done.
Well,
there's so much protein.
That's why I get the Payday.
Protein and sugar in the Payday bar. Get you going in the afternoon, let me tell you, buddy.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Some people think they need an energy drink. They don't need that swill.
Oh, you hit that early afternoon lull, get a Payday.
Get yourself a Payday bar. You get yourself a nice sip of that cool H2O. You can just make it all come together. Next thing you know, you can work another 142 hours.
Yeah, be able to run through a brick wall.
Payday. It'll make your sex life better.
Yes. Payday. Oh, I was supposed to say something.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just I do like the silences.
No, I do like the Payday. It's a delicious candy bar full of nuts and protein.
Honestly, Payday, I don't know what you're waiting for. Matt Bear as your official Central Indiana spokesperson.
I'll take pictures.
We're ready to negotiate that deal.
I'll have a picture of me holding a cat in one hand and a Payday in the other.
Right.
With the sun coming down.
I don't even know what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
Honestly, what are the Payday people even doing here?
They're waiting too long. That's what.
Right. The Snickers people are chomping at the bit. What are you doing? See, I'm creating urgency, Matt Bear.
It's amazing.
I'm creating candy urgency. Show us weird. 61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:17.
We are not pawns for Donald Trump's agenda. Why now? It's because the military was called upon innocent protesters. We, in our oath to serve, we serve the people of the United States. The Constitution, these constitutional rights are being stripped and just denied.
That is seemingly a soldier. She's in full uniform. Is she actually a member of the military? I don't know. But if she is, somebody's about to get a dishonorable discharge if you're joining the riots that have taken place. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. And as I understand it, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Just send me the note. You can't be involved in a political protest if you're in uniform. That's in every bit of violation, although I wouldn't know exactly the code that it is a violation of. But in all those kinds of cases, when you see these things, you don't actually know whether or not this person is in the military or not. I think that investigation is going to go very, very quickly. I'll get to that in just a minute. Josh Hawley is the senator from Missouri. I usually find myself in agreement with a fair amount of things that Josh Hawley has said. Josh Hawley has got a bill to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Josh Hawley is wrong. There should be no minimum wage. Now, if you're a populist, you will say, we now take this subject, we introduce the $15 an hour minimum wage, and what we do is we state very clearly that we're the ones who care about the American worker. We take the subject from the Democrats. Ta-da! This is a terrible idea. It's something called the Higher Wages for American Workers Act. It would set the national minimum wage to $15 on January 1st of the year after enacted and raise it annually on the basis of inflation. And he tells NBC this is a populist position. If we're going to be a working people's party, we have to do something for working people. And working people haven't gotten a raise in years, so they need a raise. Now, he's introduced this with a Democrat, and I have to wonder whether or not he's being tongue-in-cheek here. I'm not a populist. Never been. Really not interested. Minimum wage is a horrific idea anyway. The minimum wage is not only abusive to the business owner, where the government decides it's good and decent on the backs of other people. If Josh Hawley is serious about this, he's saying he's pious, and you, the business owner, have to prove how pious he is. That's an elitist scumbaggery position, and we should be opposed to it. I never thought of Josh Hawley in that elitist kind of way, but that's what he's arguing for. The other argument was it comes from Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman's argument is that the minimum wage prevents people from being able to negotiate in their best interest. I believe Milton Friedman is accurate here. The minimum wage says to both the employer and the potential employee, you cannot come to your own deal. So let's say an employee comes to you, they're looking for a job. Let's just call it $10 an hour, or we can call it this $15 if you want. Someone comes to you, they're looking for a job, but they don't have any experience whatsoever. They don't have the skills. They're a nice person. They can learn the skills. Maybe. But they're not worth $15 an hour. You need somebody with the skills for $15 an hour. The employer cannot take the chance on the potential employee because they're not allowed to say, listen, why don't we start you at $12 an hour and you'll learn the skills. If you learn them, we can bump you up to $15. The employee cannot say, hey, I really want to learn this skill. I know I don't have it right now, but I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to do this, and this. Start me at $12 an hour. I'll do it for 6 months. You'll see that I'll learn quickly, and then I'll be worth the $15. I'll be worth even more than that. The minimum wage prevents the opportunity for both sides to work in the interest of themselves and of each other. Government do-goodery is stopping these people, these businesses, and these individuals from acting in their best interest. Why would I ever support anything like that? I can't imagine that once confronted with that conversation, you could say anything but, yeah, we shouldn't have a minimum wage. The populist position is, we're the party of the working class, and we're going to give the working class a raise. If you want to give the working class a quote-unquote raise, further cut taxes, eliminate the income tax altogether, get rid of property taxes. We're just naming things. If we're just naming things, let's do all that. Let's stop paying senators. My gosh, that'll save a couple of bucks for the average American because they won't have to pay those taxes. This is silly. It's a mistake on every single level. If you want to tell me that the current minimum wage of $7.25 is low, Hawley's saying the level is really, 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 really low. I want to know what places are still paying $7.25. You have a marketplace that's deciding what to pay for X, Y, and Z for all different types of employment. Shouldn't the market decide? And if the market isn't going to decide, then we can take Josh Hawley off the list of alleged conservatives because he's making the argument that he is not a conservative. I get that there's a populist swing out there. I understand what Trump was. I understand what I voted for. I also understood that I'm not a populist, and I'm never going to go down that road. And I understand it's going to keep opportunity from me. I understand it's going to mean a slower roll in syndication. I get it. And Daddy's got to sleep at night. If you believe in the minimum wage, you don't believe in the markets. And if you believe in the minimum wage being $15 an hour, you're saying, look at how good I am. And now you underling business owner across the country, pay for it so I can show people how good I am on your backs. Sorry, not interested. Not interested in this. What an absolutely horrific position to take. And absolutely not a conservative one, nor a Republican one. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Crash eastbound 70 in the south split. It's on the shoulder. Northbound 65 stop and go from South Keystone Avenue into the south split, delayed by 8 minutes. South side westbound 465 slow. Man Road to Kentucky Avenue. Northbound 465 on the east side grinds from 72 Penn Pike and inbound 69 slow roll after 106. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
The city of Indianapolis in shambles. State government in shambles. Abdul, Jim Merritt will be with us to talk about both.
Join us Wednesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
You got Indiana summer storms that are rolling in, and you're not necessarily going up to check the damage on your roof every time one goes by. That's why you call Moss Roofing. Family owned right here in central Indiana for over 30 years. Moss Roofing gives you something hard to find these days, which is honest work and peace of mind. They offer free inspections. I'm talking about real, thorough checkups of your roof, your siding, your gutters, your windows. If there's storm damage, they'll show you photos, explain everything clearly, and even work with your insurance company for you. There's no stress. There's no pressure. There's just real professionals doing the job right every shingle time. Get it? It's roofing, shingles. It's funny. Moss Roofing. Protect your home. Avoid bigger problems later. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. Moss Roofing. 747-3665 or online at Moss. MOSS. MossRoofing.com.
Have you ever checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? guess what? This number could be a lot less or a lot more than the number on your statement. It's Hammer and Nigel, and you could discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy here in Indy. We trust Bill, and you can too.
So if you have saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. This free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and most importantly, it could help you get every penny that's rightfully yours. Free analysis. Bill Demery, 317-648-5120. That's 317-648-5120.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay, things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Animals and paid insurrectionists. Your radar is clear at 61 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 86 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. That's what President Trump is saying about the people who've looted, burned, and assaulted cops in L.A. over the past several days.
You see the guy throwing the rocks at the police cars as they went by and crushing their windows and endangering our police? We're not going to let that happen.
Trump said he had no choice but to send in the National Guard and the Marines to quash the violence that started after ICE raids there last week.
I went right by every rule, and I waited for governors to say, send in the National Guard. They wouldn't do it, and they just wouldn't do it. It kept going on and on, got worse and worse. And in Minneapolis, that city was burning down 7 days, and I said, I don't care.
Tuesday was a much quieter night in L.A., say police. There was a curfew in effect, and the cops arrested 25 people for violating that order. The world's most popular TikTok star has left the U.S. after being detained by ICE.
Kabi Lamy, who has more than 160 million followers on TikTok, has self-deported after being detained by immigration agents in Las Vegas for allegedly overstaying his visa. The 25-year-old Senegalese-Italian influencer had been in the country since arriving April 30th and detained by ICE officials at Harry Reid International Airport. He was allowed to leave voluntarily without a deportation order. He rocketed to fame on TikTok in 2020. posting mostly wordless videos with humorous facial expressions and body language in his sketches. This year, he was appointed UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador.
That's Fox's Sue Guzman on the story. An investigation into Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogset and his former Deputy Chief of Staff Thomas Cook is drawing the ire of some Republicans. John Herrick has that story.
That investigation by Fisher Phillips said Hogset and his administration didn't break any rules at the time. Indianapolis Republican County Councilman Josh Bain finds that hard to believe. On Tuesday, he told WIBC's Kendall and Casey,
the council, the investigative committee, could have subpoenaed Thomas Cook, and they didn't. We need to know why they didn't.
Cook's accused of sexually harassing several women. Bain wants to see full interview logs that Fisher Phillips got, along with text messages, notes, and more. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Good Morning America has surprised Crispus Attucks High School basketball coach Chris Hawkins with 2 tickets to Game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight. Hawkins, a three-time Indianapolis Coach of the Year, has led his teams to multiple conference championships. Sports on WIBC, brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com, and Hawkins is going to watch the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight as the NBA Finals shifts back to Indy for the first time in 25 years. Indiana guard TJ McConnell talking about Oklahoma City's defense and what adjustments the Pacers must make.
I mean, their defense is historic. It's really good. They've got guys that can guard at every position. So just being unselfish, moving the ball, and trying to get to the paint. I know it's difficult, but we gotta, like I said, read and react and be better in that area.
All right, the series is tied at a game apiece. Tonight's game tips off at 8:30. Coverage over on 107.5. The Fan begins at 8. The standard for the Indianapolis Colts has not been high enough. That's what team owner Carly Ursay-Gordon said at a press conference Tuesday as they move forward after the passing of former team owner Jim Irsay.
Winning is great, but I would even take it a step further and saying, we're really committed to being the best. And if we're the best, we will win games.
Ursay-Gordon says they do have the confidence in head coach Shane Steichen and general manager Chris Ballard to get things turned around. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
Inbound 69, slow before 96 and down to 82nd Street. Downtown crash, eastbound 70 at the South Split. Northbound 65 grinding from 465 up to the South Split because of road construction, delayed at 9 minutes. And westbound 465 on the south side, stop-and-go traffic from Man Road to Kentucky Avenue. Crash 46 at Emerson Avenue on the east side, and a crash on the northwest side, Lafayette Road at West 56. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:36.
Beck Toyota has been sold to the Hubler Automotive Group, and this is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more. Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4, just $349 per month, or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. So if you've been turned away due to the crowds, come back. This is your best chance to save before the grand opening of Hubler Toyota. Don't miss it on US 31 South in Indianapolis, across from Hubler Chevrolet. Visit HublerToyota.com. New RAV4s, $349 per month, or new Tacomas, $299 per month. All offers end June 30th. Select models, approved credit, plus tax tag title license, $199 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter.
How bad is it? Don't sugarcoat it, give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Dow futures down 68. NASDAQ futures down 13. Oil prices once again up $66.18 on the West Texas crude, $67.87 on the Brent crude. The 10-year Treasury at 4.438. Two things are going on. Now make that three things going on. Or two. Let's call it two. First, according to the Consumer Price Index, inflation went up 0.1% in May. Well, that's pleasant. Maybe I'm reading this wrong, but my first blush at this is that if indeed it's 0.1, and this would be absolutely a report that involves tariffs, that's not an increase in inflation, kitten. And certainly that's the way the White House is going to take it. Now, there could be other things that have a connection to it or say something counter to it. There could be other parts of this report that need to be looked at. Economists were looking for, or Dow Jones was looking for 0.2 for the month and 2.4%. CPI core came in at 0.1 and 2.8%. Now, that's still higher than what the Federal Reserve wants. They want that 2% number. But I don't know how the White House isn't going to crow for a week about this or more. Oh, gosh, all I want is for the inflation to be down. Only trend I desire. Absolutely. Let us all be overjoyed by such things. So that's one story. The other one is President Trump putting out an announcement on Truth Social. Our deal with China is done, subject to final approval with President Xi and me. He's talking about a trade deal. There's a framework that is in place, according to the sources. And this is a deal that will provide rare earth minerals to the U.S. Here's what he writes. Full magnets and any necessary rare earths will be supplied upfront by China. Likewise, writes President Trump, we will provide to China what was agreed to, including Chinese students using our colleges and universities, which has always been good with me. We are getting a total of 55% tariffs. China is getting 10%. Relationship is excellent. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh. Well, allow me, just for a moment. I don't mind a deal with China. I only make the argument that I don't trust any deal with China. It needs to actually work. Gosh, I hope it does. And I don't think I'm saying anything there that isn't something President Trump would say. You don't trust the deal. You put it together. You hope it works out. The deal involves allowing students of the Chinese Communist Party to continue to study in the United States and send over ringworm and toxins that could destroy the food supply? Oh, and that was just some researchers, not necessarily the students? Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. No. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. You shouldn't allow a member of the Chinese Communist Party into the United States and no one associated with it. And no, you cannot allow Chinese students to study here. I really don't care if the universities lose money. That's their problem, not mine. I'm going to utilize the same exact statement and sentence and phrasing that I did regarding any deal with China. This is about what gets said. I'm only interested in what gets done. I'm not interested in the word. I'm interested in the words. I'm interested in the actions. So, okay, that's the deal for now. I don't know if that's going to be the deal for forever. I don't know if that deal's going to last. What is President Trump's plan when we find out that there are these students, feel the air quotes, who are only here to do us harm, like we saw with Confucius Institutes and other things? Is he going to let it pass? I'd have a hard time with that. I have a hard time with this. Of course it's a problem allowing Chinese students into the United States. Of course it is. Connected to the Chinese Communist Party? Of course it is. Because connected to communists? Of course it is. But this is just what they say the deal is. Let's see what the final parts of the deal look like before we lose our minds. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Masters Heating and Cooling, because summer is coming. And it's going to get hot, and you need to make sure you're getting the proper service or the proper system that is employed. I use Masters Heating and Cooling. They've done wonderful work for me. David, the general manager, that whole team, thrilled with how I have been taken care of. And right now, you can get $500 off a new system. You spend $500 or more on service with a Masters Heating and Cooling, you can apply that to a new system. And they have got the best systems out there. They also provide the financing. There are flexible financing options from Masters Heating and Cooling to make sure your family is cool and comfortable and safe and sound this summer and warm this winter. And they've got 24-hour emergency services available. You want to talk to Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-567-9505. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-567-9505. Masters Heating and Cooling. 317-567-9505 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com.
Applied Innovation customer Alicia Staley, office manager for McEnany Roofing, has reduced dependency on paper with a document management solution from Applied Innovation.
So it makes looking for documents pretty much effortless.
With this paperless solution and improved workflow, you recommend Applied Innovation?
Oh, yes. I like to talk to a lot of different people. I'm the social butterfly, so as much as I can spread how wonderful they are, I definitely do. And I've never had such prompt customer service and care like this with any other company.
Your slogan, Innovative Solution Since 1985, is perfect for your Applied Innovation partnership.
There's a lot of benefits. I have to say, number one, definitely a great partnership. Two, financial-wise, we have saved a lot of money by signing up with Applied Innovation.
Start your partnership and save money. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Traffic on the fives. Matt Bear, WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Northbound 65 on the south side. Stop and go traffic from 465 into the south split. Delayed by 90 minutes. Crash in the south split. Eastbound 70. It's on the outside shoulder. Northbound 465 northwest side. Slow from 86 to 865. And a crash on the northwest side. Lafayette Road at West 56th. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Create a glowing backyard retreat with Indy Decorative Concrete. Get a free outdoor lighting package with the purchase of their best stamped concrete patio through June 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the fives. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
61 degrees in the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. Right now, it's their home improvement season sale. What an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. If you've been thinking about upgrading your windows, now is the time to act. You can get payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. This gives you a full year to enjoy the comfort, savings, and curb appeal before you ever make a payment. Universal Windows Direct will come out to your home and do a free in-home window and energy assessment so you can see exactly where your home's losing energy and how much you could be saving. Give my friends at Universal Windows Direct a call. Schedule your free assessment and take the first step towards a more comfortable, energy-efficient home. Call today, 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. Universal Windows Direct. UniversalWindowsDirect.com, 317-659-7574.
Busy day? No problem. The WIBC Mashup podcast catches you up with standout moments from your favorite shows. Fresh episodes every weekday. One click, all the good stuff. Get your daily fix. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
Late 70s, early 80s is what I'm going to go with here. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear, whatever that year may be, as long as it is yester. And I have to guess what that television theme song is. This is not easy. Turn it up. Oh, wow. That is okay. It's not Chips. No, it's not Emergency. No, it is not Speed Racer. Gosh, you know, I'm gonna phone a friend. Matt Bear. Do you know what the television theme song is?
That's Divorce Court, Tony.
Nice. I like that. Oh wow!
It's a trick.
Is it the tail credits? It's like the ending credits?
No. We haven't done this before. We have done this show before. That's your first clue. But it had a different theme.
Okay, so someone said this in the chat room. I'll give them credit. Is this the remake of Magnum P.I.?
Well, this is the original Magnum P.I.
No!
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible.
That was the original theme?
Yeah, obviously they did better in season 2.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought there was a remake, and someone had brought it up in the chat. I'm like, all right, maybe there's a remake, and I missed it. But yeah, that was. I mean, play the Magnum PI theme. We all know.
Oh yeah, I have to go pull that up. Hold on.
Yeah, well, you should have it like right ready to go at all times. You never know when you need to talk about Ferraris and mustachioed gentlemen.
Hold on.
And TC and Higgins. And those dogs are running after you. See, I watch the show. I know things. As he looks that up on Tony Katz today. That's coming at noon. We'll more on the riots that have been taking place in Los Angeles, and now we've got fighting in Chicago, fighting in Atlanta, and we've got some people who want to engage some fighting right here in Indianapolis tonight as Game 3 of the NBA Finals gets ready. The Indiana Pacers against the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you're here from Oklahoma City, hey, first of all, welcome. Glad you're here. I want you to have a good time. Spend all your money, and then get out. No, I'm not being rude. I'm not being rude. If you want to stay another day, you go right ahead. You're right. Keep spending your money, and then get out. You can stay as long as you like. Yeah, this is a theme. It's got movement. It's got drive. It's got thrust. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some people use that as their wedding song. That's beautiful right there.
Only in Hawaii, though.
That's the song you should be introduced to. Right? Did you do that, Producer Carl? When you turn off now, I'm done with that. When you got betrothed, when you got wedded, and they said it was Mr. and Mrs. Carl.
Mrs. Showbiz.
Right. Mrs. Showbiz, Mr. Showbiz. Did you get introduced to a song?
We had songs, but very traditional.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So there was no I'm not talking about like first dance song. I'm talking about like an intro song, intro to the crowd.
No, we didn't do anything like that. We had we had a very nice reception, but we didn't have a DJ.
Wait. We were broke as broke. We had a DJ too. We got married on a Sunday. We did all the things to cut the cost, but we did get introduced to a song, and this was that song. Right now, come on. If I could do it right, my gosh, I'd be the best. We got introduced to this.
The Godfather?
Yep. Listen, it took me a long while to get past depression, and a long while to feel good about who I am. But somewhere deep down, I always had a sense of self. And there it was. Came out, Bonacera, did the whole thing.
Very New Jersey.
Oh, totally Jersey. For the price. Now, we paid for our own wedding. We paid for everything. For what we paid for that wedding, we could have bought a small house in Indiana back then. One day I will tell the story about how I never regret getting married. Getting married is the greatest thing that woman saved my life. Having a wedding is quite literally the dumbest thing I've ever done. Oh, I should tell that story. It's weird. So I've got two things. Like, really, the amount spent on weddings when I could have had like 3 weeks in Italy and we could have all those memories. Like, I would have taken the 3 weeks in Italy. It was a mistake. But when you're young, you sometimes make these mistakes. Can I tell you, I have long thought about how we here at WIBC should have a contest to help people get married. The WIBC wedding, you put it all in our hands. We will marry you. Hammer will DJ. We will do the best man toast. Like, Rob Kendall is your best man. Casey Daniels is your bridesmaid. Like, the whole thing. Nigel will be parking cars. I have got this vision in my head. It's been there for years. I don't know why we're not doing this. I should really discuss it.
I'll raise you one. Your second marriage. We are going to put together your second marriage for you.
Ooh.
That's good.
Right.
That's
Let's
good.
talk.
No, that's good.
Matt Bear's got traffic. We'll talk.
Inbound 69 stop and go traffic 106th Street 282nd. Inbound